Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And this week we're going to be starting with our video of Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, and Ketu. And what happens when Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, and Ketu are conjunct in your particular horoscope. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Ketu conjunction. So, first of all, in this conjunction, what is Moon? Moon represents our mind, happiness, comforts, mother. You know, it's our nourishment. Whatever just nourishes us, replenishes us. This is why Moon is water. Because when you're thirsty, water, more than beer, more than Coke, coffee, juices even, water is the number one thing a human body needs and desires. Then you have Mercury. Mercury represents your language, your communication. Mercury represents travels, learning. It's also the significator of education. And I'm not talking about spiritual education. I'm talking about regular education, like, mathematics and science and logic and management. Also, Jupiter is management as well. Jupiter also divine knowledge. Mercury is lower knowledge. Jupiter is higher knowledge, like divine knowledge, spiritual knowledge, knowledge that goes beyond PhD and scientists. It represents the Vedas, Vedantic knowledge, astrology, because astrology is one of the limbs of the Vedas. Okay. Then Jupiter also represents biology. And Moon represents the environment. Moon also represents music. Moon also, represents writing. Jupiter represents writing. Mercury represents writing. Ketu represents spirituality, moksha. Ketu represents research. Ketu represents isolation. Ketu represents also learning languages. Ketu is being imploded within. Somebody who's very introverted. Rahu is extroverted. Ketu is introverted. Ketu doesn't want to go out and party. Ketu does not want to go and socialize. Ketu doesn't need to. It's not a necessity where Rahu needs to. Rahu wants to. Rahu has to. Because Rahu, Ketu are one thing, but they're just apart from each other. 180 degrees. So when you have this conjunction, first of all, one of the most common things you will see, excellent researchers, scientists, and professors comes out of this conjunction. A person could be a brilliant writer, author, especially if this conjunction occurs in your 5th house, ascendant, or 9th house, from either the birth lagna, meaning birth chart, Arudha lagna, Karakamsha lagna. Karakamsha is one of the alternative ascendants in astrology, which you can find through certain techniques, but it'll be in your report when you get it under the Gemini section. This also shows that pretty much your mother was the guru. Your mother was the guru, and your guru in life is your mother. Meaning, your mother taught you everything. She gave you love, she gave you nourishment, but she also gave you wisdom. She gave you knowledge. She showed you how to speak, how to eloquently speak, And then, whenever you find a guru, your guru also gives you the nourishment of the mother. Your guru also teaches you how to read, how to learn things, how to comprehend things. But you always tend to find these things in isolation. You always tend to learn things in isolation. And pretty much most of the things that you learn were very spiritual in their foundation. Were very mystical in their foundation. Why? Because Jupiter, Ketu is also occult and mysticism. Magic. Like if you notice the chart of Krishna, he has Moon, Ketu in the ascendant. Literally when he was born, magic happened. Remember when all the doors opened up? And I think his father or somebody walked Krishna in a bucket and then got them in the river until I think Kunti found it. So it represents, magic. And this is a perfect conjunction for somebody who wants to go into environmental science, zoology. Because this is all about learning. Your mind wants to constantly learn, like to a point where, especially being with Ketu, it can even bring some sort of like an addiction to education. Like, I get sometimes people who have like literally 3 master's degree in economics, environmental science, and also IT. And now they're trying to get law. And they're like 38 years old, they just want to keep educating themselves. But then they want to know about their career. I'm like, dude, when are you going to stop studying? That's when we can talk about your career. But there's that addiction to accomplishing educational achievements. For them, that's their promotion. And that's okay. A lot of PhD people don't really care for the money. They don't care for the money. They don't care for even family life. They just want to research. For them, it's like education and learning is what really makes them feel high. Instead of drugs, it's education. And that's what happens with this conjunction. Learning just makes your mind feel happy. And this is why these people actually make the most brilliant astrologers. I mean, I've never really seen an astrologer with these 4 conjunctions, but it's always 3 out of the 4, 2 out of the 4. But it makes a person who's a great, diligent astrologer and researcher. Not a degenerate like me. Somebody who will be able to have a patience to study under a guru for 10 years. Go to India and stay in like some hut and study. Because for them, it's all about learning. They don't care about being in an air conditioning place. They don't really care about, being in this situation, that situation. But again, all this can change depending upon the sign and nakshatra this conjunction is in. Perhaps then you will. Like, for example, if this conjunction is occurring, in Satyabhishak Nakshatra, Purva Bhadrapada, Uttar Bhadrapada, Magha, Ashwini, or not even Ashwini actually, no, not Ashwini, Mula. These people don't care where they are, they just want to learn. Go find anybody with these nakshatra placement with this conjunction and ask them the question, will you be willing to learn something in India or in some desert place where you don't have any amenities? They will say yes. They will say yes. And Mercury also, as you know, represents skills. And Ketu also represents electricity. So these people can also make great electricians, or wanting to study electricity, wanting to study static energy. But mainly also they make great translators and language professors, language teachers, people who are very good with like translating, being interpreters between, 2 countries in a way. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Ketu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all your other astrological details, for that, check out the links here, including my consultations. Otherwise, we'll see you maybe tomorrow. Bye-bye.